Alright now everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's another firewood video today. If you've been watching the past few videos, I'm out here making a bunch of cherry wood. We're going to be on a little bit of a cherry streak the next few videos here, which is not necessarily a bad thing. It's some good wood. There's a lot of good burning wood. All kinds of dead standing maple and cherry, walnut. I got a lot of work to do out here, and it's so hot I can only do little bits at a time. So that'll be the way it goes this summer. I just can't keep up with the tree service. You know, when you got several crews of guys with cranes and heavy equipment, it's kind of hard to keep up with them with a hyper split and a steel chainsaw. But I'm doing my best. So there's just plenty of firewood out here, and I don't know what's going to happen. Like I said, they might clean this field up one day, and if they come in and push all this out of the way, it'll be gone, which would be terrible. So hopefully they save it for me. But that's neither here nor there. We'll have to cross that bridge when we come to it. Hopefully they know that I want the cherry, and they won't destroy that. So anyways, we're going to be splitting some cherry wood here today, and let me just get on that. I just had to take a break, sit in the truck, and turn the AC on, get some water, and cool down a little bit. I should be okay now that I'm in the shade and I'm not really out in the sun pushing these logs around and lifting and exerting heavy, all my big muscle groups, my quads and everything, upper body and everything. That uses a lot of energy, gets me overheated, so feel like I might pass out there. So let me do some leisurely splitting here in the shade, cool down, and y'all enjoy the splitting. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you guys here shortly. Get the splitter fired up now. All right, now everybody, I'm going to get this wood split up, and now it is kind of arranged funky. The wood's over here, and I'm splitting over here. I'm just going to have to deal with it. I don't feel like turning around and everything, so I don't want to hear about it. The wood is as close as I can get it right now with the setup that I'm working with. Let me clean you guys off a little, make sure we're clear there. All right. Y'all feel better about that? I do. All right, now fire in the hole, everybody. Here we go. Turn my gas on, turn the choke on. Bunny rabbit mode engaged. gonna finish up this splitting. It's the same thing over and over again. If I see anything interesting, I will let you know. So I'll check in when we're done, show you what the load looks like. All right, everybody, a quick little update here. I got all that wood split up. Well, except for these rounds on the ground here. I'm gonna leave those for another time. They're pretty big and I'm worn out. So that's how much I got in there. I did fill in with, you can see there's some of those smaller limbwood pieces. And that's what I'm gonna finish out the load with here now. It's just a lot easier to lift. I don't have to run that chainsaw for another 10-15 minutes noodling and everything. And it's always good to just go ahead and buck up the wood so it's ready for you the next time you show up. But you can see this cherry here, there's some nice sized stuff right there. So I'm just gonna go down and buck up that wood there now and fill out my load, since that's just easy lifting, easy cutting, easy lifting stuff. So hopefully finish up here in the next 20-30 minutes on this truckload. All right, everybody, now final check-in. We got a nice load of some cherry capsoxula here. A couple locust rounds down in there. I tried to pile it in heavy to make use of my time while I was here. So it's pretty full, and there's plenty more cherry left. There's still 2 more piles, so more wood. And then this is oak over here. There's all kinds of wood. Anyways, I'm out of here. I'm freaking hot. See you later.